My girlfriend insisted on reading all my text messages daily to make sure I wasn't hiding anything. So I told her trust is required for relationships and ended it. It started small. Like most controlling behavior, it disguised itself as concern. We'd been dating for about 4 months when she first asked to see my phone. We were sitting on my couch watching some Netflix show, and she casually said she wanted to check the time. I handed it over without thinking twice, but then she started scrolling through my messages, my Instagram DMs, even my email. When I asked what she was doing, she looked at me with these wide, innocent eyes and said she just wanted to make sure I wasn't talking to other girls. She said her ex had cheated on her and she needed reassurance. I felt bad for her. I thought maybe she just needed time to feel secure with me, so I let it happen. Then it became a nightly ritual. Every single night after work, like clockwork, she'd ask for my phone. At first, she'd do it while we were together. Then she started asking me to leave it with her while I showered or made dinner. She'd spend 20 minutes going through everything, and I mean everything. My texts with coworkers, my group chat with my college buddies, messages with my family. The questions started piling up. Who's Sarah? That's my coworker from accounting. Why is she sending you memes? Because we're friends, and that's what friends do. Why did your mom text you at 9 p.m.? Because she's my mom and wanted to know if I was coming to Sunday dinner. Every innocent interaction became an interrogation. My female coworker sent me a work document. Why was she texting after hours? My sister sent me a funny video. Why was I laughing at my phone? My buddy invited me to play basketball. Why didn't I invite her? I started feeling anxious every time my phone buzzed. I'd catch myself overthinking before responding to anyone, wondering how she'd interpret it later. I stopped engaging in my group chats because I didn't want to deal with her asking about every inside joke or reference she didn't understand. One night, I was exhausted from a double shift and fell asleep on the couch before she could do her daily phone check. I woke up around 2 a.m. to use the bathroom and found her sitting on the edge of my bed, phone in hand, mascara running down her face. She was crying. My heart dropped. I thought something terrible had happened. I asked her what was wrong, and she just held up my phone, showing me a text thread with my sister from earlier that day. We'd been joking about our mom's terrible cooking and making plans for her birthday. Normal sibling stuff, nothing remotely suspicious, but somehow, in her mind, she'd convinced herself we were speaking in code. She thought my sister was covering for me seeing another girl. I tried explaining. I walked her through every single message, showed her the context, even offered to call my sister right then at 2 a.m. to verify, but nothing I said mattered. She'd already decided what the truth was, and no amount of evidence would change her mind. That's when she hit me with the ultimatum. She wanted my passcode permanently. She wanted to install some tracking app on my phone that would let her read all my messages in real time, see my location at all times, and get notifications every time I opened certain apps. She said if I had nothing to hide, I shouldn't have a problem with it. She said this was just what people do in relationships. She said if I really loved her, I'd want to make her feel secure, and that's when it clicked. This wasn't about trust. This had never been about trust. This was about control, about power, about her need to monitor and manage every aspect of my life because she couldn't handle her own insecurities. I looked at her sitting there on my bed, mascara-streaked face, my phone still clutched in her hand, and I realized something. I wasn't in a relationship. I was under surveillance. I told her I couldn't do this anymore. I said trust is required for relationships, and this wasn't trust. This was the opposite of trust. I said I understood she'd been hurt before, but I couldn't keep paying the price for someone else's mistakes. I told her I needed my phone back, and I needed her to leave. She completely lost it. Called me every name in the book. Said I must have been hiding something this whole time. That she knew all along I was a liar and a cheater. Said no innocent person would refuse to be transparent. Told me I'd never find anyone who loved me as much as she did. But here's the thing. I wasn't hiding anything. Not a single thing. Every message she'd read over those months was exactly what it appeared to be. Work stuff with coworkers, memes with friends, normal conversations with family. She left eventually, after screaming at me for another 20 minutes. Took her stuff and slammed the door so hard my neighbor texted asking if I was okay.